Hi there, it's Kristen from Gorgeous Knits. In this video, I'm going to show you how to get smoother, more even edges when you're crocheting. I use this technique all the time when I'm crocheting something flat. It just gives the edges of your piece a much nicer, cleaner look to it. So I have two swatches in front of me. The more cream color is the way I'm going to show you with the more even edges, and the blue is the opposite without this technique. So let me take the two of them and put them up to the camera so you can get a better idea of what I'm referring to. Okay, so again, the cream has this technique to do the smoother, cleaner edges, and the blue does not. It's a subtle difference, especially with single crochet, which is what these both are. But let me bring these a little bit closer. Actually, I'm going to turn them to the side. So you see how the blue, it looks like it's more twisted, the stitches. If my camera would focus. Come on. Okay. So without doing this technique, the stitches look a little bit more twisted, as opposed to actually doing this technique, they're not as twisted. It just looks a little bit nicer. Okay. All right. So what you would do, and this works for any type of crochet stitch. I'm going to use single crochet, but if you were to half double, double, treble, whatever it is that you're doing for your project, it works for everything. Okay, so again, I am single crocheting for this. So usually, I chained one. And so usually the pattern may say to skip the first stitch and crochet into the second stitch of the row and then work your way across, because especially if the chain is counting as a stitch, even if the chain's supposed to count as a stitch and your pattern says to skip the first stitch, you're actually still going to go into that first stitch. And that's what I'm going to do here. So even though my chain is counting as a stitch, I'm still going to go into the first stitch, not the second. I'm going to go into my first stitch, and then I'm going to continue to single crochet across, or half double, like I said, double, treble, whatever your stitch is. You're going to continue across your row like you normally would. And I'll go across again to the end, and then I'll just repeat what I'm doing on the next row. Okay, so I'm coming to the end of my row. I have a couple more stitches here. 1 and 2. I'm going to chain 1 and turn. And once again, I'm not going to skip the first stitch, and I'm not going to go into the second stitch. I'm going to go into that first stitch. Sorry, my finger is in the way. Okay, go into the first stitch and then continue as you normally would, continue as the pattern says. And that's how you're going to get these much cleaner looking edges in your crocheting. Okay, hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks so much for watching.